It's devastation. It's absolute, complete devastation to people's mental, emotional, physical, and psychological health. People are dying as a result of Trump being elected. There are people dying by suicide because they don't want to live in a country where their rights are not respected and them as people are not seen as people, but rather than objects of that should be eliminated.
What's up, fam? Welcome back to Black Coffee, the hypocrisy of the so-called tolerant left. Now, before you start sharpening your keyboards, let me clarify. This isn't about blindly supporting one side or the other. It's about calling out the BS wherever it lies. And lately, the left has been serving up a whole lot of it. We see a lot of outrage from the left over the return of Donald Trump to office. I get it, you're not a fan. But some of the reactions we've seen, they're just dripping with hypocrisy. Let's break it down. The my body, my choice.
It's a downward mental impact. It's not good.
My biggest worry right now, honestly, as a mother of a trans kid, I really worry about their rights. Like my sign says, our own Constitution only says all men are created equal, and I really wish that would change for the whole country.
I literally broke down in tears, and several of my friends cried as well. It's scary. I mean, a lot of my friends are nurses, and we are scared for our future. I think that the people that are in support of it are probably in support of it for the wrong reason. They want cheaper eggs and gas and milk.
Black healing is resistance. Indigenous healing is resistance. Trans healing is resistance. Have the audacity to heal yourself. When you heal yourself, you heal your lineage and your ancestors. Have the audacity to love yourself. Because when you love yourself, it is a you to every oppressor that would have you drown in your self-hatred.
I'm personally here because I had a mental breakdown after Donald Trump won.
We are on the eve of an authoritarian administration. This is what 21st century fascism is starting to look like.
A woman is, they can be femme, they can have a penis, they can have a vagina.
What is a woman?
Well, they're going to have hormone replacements. I would say your hormones are probably what make you a woman for the most part. You can be born a woman, but, you know.
What is a woman?
A woman is a powerful, strong, like, we're all together for each other.
What is a woman to you all?
Someone that identifies as a woman.
What is a woman?
That's a question.
What is a woman?
A woman is anyone who identifies as a woman.
Paradox. We've all heard the rallying cry for bodily autonomy, especially when it comes to reproductive rights. But then, you see the same people who champion that concept turn around and demand vaccine mandates, essentially telling individuals what they can and can't inject into their bodies. Isn't that a blatant contradiction? The love trumps hate contradiction. There's a constant claim to be the party of love and tolerance, yet the rhetoric aimed at Trump supporters is often dripping with contempt and dehumanization. You know, calling people names, labeling them as deplorables or racists, and writing them off as if they don't matter is not exactly the same thing as promoting a culture of love and acceptance. The selective outrage. We're told constantly that white supremacy is the greatest threat facing America. The sources describe a protester claiming white started it, white got to fix it. But is racism always a bad thing, or only when it comes from a particular race, group, or political persuasion? The same sources mention a protester saying, "You cannot be racist to white people." So the source implies that racism is not wrong when aimed at a specific group of people. The science card, when the science doesn't align with their political goals, suddenly the science is wrong or it's not settled. The source references Don Lemon questioning the reasons for moving Trump's inauguration indoors, clearly disagreeing that the decision was due to the cold. This suggests a tendency to question established facts when it doesn't serve their purposes. Let's talk about some of these reactions to Trump's return. We have people having mental breakdowns and crying in groups. There's nothing wrong with feeling emotional, but when you start saying the country is falling apart just because your preferred candidate didn't win, it's not exactly the most rational position. And then we have the absolute obsession with labels. Suddenly, if you disagree with them, you're a fascist, a racist, or some other derogatory term designed to shut down conversation. It's intellectually lazy and honestly quite boring. Look, as a person of color, I'm familiar with real struggles and real oppression. I know what it's like to have your rights denied. What I don't understand is how anyone can take themselves seriously when they're crying over cheaper gas prices or who is inaugurated outside. This isn't about being a right-winger. It's about seeing through the double standards. It's about not letting identity politics be used as a weapon to silence dissent or a means to justify blatant hypocrisy. It's about holding everyone accountable, regardless of their political affiliation.
So what does that mean, white supremacy is terrorism?
Have people been terrorized by white supremacists?
Do you notice that almost everyone here is white?
White started it, white got to fix it.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Illegal immigration is a farce.
What do you call it? What do you call it? Undocumented?
Government. It's an imaginary line.
I dare you to cross the Canada-United States line.
White man, how dare you? How dare you?
That was kind of
I'm
racist.
a privileged white man too. But you know what I'm doing?
You just called me a privileged white man.
You cannot be racist to white people because white people are the dominant race in this country. Full stop.
You are calling me privileged when you don't know anything about me. I could have grown up in Section 8 housing.
This is privilege.
Okay, all right.
Tell me this. Tell me this. Privilege.
And they've been given 11 science-backed activities to try and cope with their sense of hopelessness, would you believe? That includes exercising, doing a creative activity.
I miss him already. I miss him. He's a good person. You know, he spent the last 50 years caring about the country. This other one spent 50 years scamming everybody, you know, and trying to stay out of jail. You know who I'm talking about. You know, I really miss Biden. I feel like we were safe. Like, I didn't have to worry. Was everything going to blow up? I could live my life while he was there. Now, every day I wake up and I worry, what is this guy going to do next?
The left likes to position itself as morally superior, but their actions often paint a different picture. It's time to stop the selective outrage, the performative wokeness, and the constant moving of goalposts. Let's engage in real conversations, not echo chambers. Let's fight for actual justice, not just virtue signaling. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time on Black Coffee.